What is up, everybody? I'm back. Today I have very exciting, very fun things I want to talk about. I invite you and welcome you to my vlog, my YouTube vlog, where I'm going on day 16. I think it's day 16, so I met my half goal of day 15 and I'm over the hump and I'm now officially on day 16. Let's go. And it's been exciting. I have some good videos, not so many. I have some bad videos. If you are in the mood, you can go back and watch them. If not, that's okay. But rocking the old purple and yellow today, the old Viking shirt, and something I live and breathe by. Minnesota land up here. It's Viking territory, and it's a great. Ever since I was a kid, I can remember just loving the Vikings, watching it. I had a Randy Moss poster on the back of my door in my bedroom as a kid. I remember going to my first game at the Metrodome downtown Minneapolis when I was like 6 or 7 years old with my uncle on Monday Night Football against the Lions, Detroit Lions. We beat them, and yeah, it was sweet. It was so loud. I remember having like my dad gave me little pieces of like cloth or something, and I rolled them up and put them in my ears as earmuffs because it was so loud in there. As a kid, I was like 6. We painted our face like purple and yellow. So I had my face painted. My uncle had his face painted. My cousin, yeah, it was sick. And we won. And then I went to another game with him a few years later. I was like 7 or 8. We won again against the Pack. Maybe we lost. But yeah, I'm excited for the Viking season. It's probably my favorite sport to watch is football by far. Favorite sport to play is hockey, by far. Hands down, not even a question. Love hockey. It's my favorite sport, period. But to watch is football, is NFL for sure. I just love the schemes. I love the plays. I love watching these like athletes, just world-class athletes make incredible athletic plays, and just watching it as like a chess match, and watching the coaches and the defensive and the offensive schemes come together and try to outplay and outsmart the other team is just brilliant. It's just brilliant. It's so fascinating, and I enjoy watching it. And the competitiveness of it, and the ups and downs, and the expectations, and the fun stuff like that. And so, yeah, love football. Big NFL guy. So, don't at me. Everything going on, but I do what I do. So. But today, yeah, I just kind of wanted the hodgepodge. I want to do the old hodgepodge and smorgasbord of different things that I could talk about. So I wish I had some live members right now so you could fire away Q&A questions, because that would help me so I could answer questions, and it would be live, and it would help me know what to say and know what to answer, because right now I just feel like I'm just kind of basically be asking myself questions and then answering them to you. So, I guess one thing that's really exciting on my heart are just friends. Having friends and community, I think, is so vital and so important for people. And having some good quality friends in your life, and I didn't always have them. I prayed and I sought them, and I longed. My heart longed for friends. You know, when I moved to Kansas City in 2013, I did not know anyone, not one soul. Dang, I look back, I didn't know one person. Now I have so many friendships, and guys and girls and kids, and so many older people and mentors, and just so many people that I have built lifelong friendships with. But when I went there in 2013, I didn't know one soul, not one. That's crazy. Moved out of state to Missouri, lived in a basement apartment that had like 3 bedrooms, kitchen and everything, and there was another guy down there, didn't know who he was, didn't know anyone. That is wild. And I did it. And during that time, I longed for community. I longed for friends, and it took a few years, I think, until the end of my second year, really the beginning of my third year. So 2-3 years till I got to know some friends and got to know people well and built some lifelong friendships. And that is that was everything. That was everything. And even to this day, I just got done talking with old Money Munson, old David Munson, who I actually met in Kansas City in 2013, 2014. Turns out he was born and raised in Bloomington, Minnesota. I was born and raised in Shakopee, live right next to each other. And that was, and then we just spent summers together up in Minnesota. And then he moved back up here at U of M and did some other stuff. And I stayed with him one summer of 18, best summer of my life. And then we just been connecting ever since. And so he's here with his wife in St. Paul, and we're here, and so we're still super close, which is great. It's just such a cool story. We both met down at IHOP, and now we live here. And there's a few other IHOPers that I met down there that live here as well. It was just pretty cool. There's a few of them up by Forest Lake, Dan Lindahl and Matt Gerolthi and Liv. And Liv was actually born and raised in Kansas City, part of IHOP, part of that whole movement of her whole life, and then got married and moved up here with Matt. And so that's awesome. So cool. And she says it's way more beautiful. Let's go. But yeah, those are some amazing friends that I wish we were closer to. We're about 2 hours from them, so it's hard to see them, but maybe in the future. But yeah, Munson and I are just super close, and it's very nice. The guys I work with, Luke is like, he's always been a role model to me. I've always looked up to him. He was the first one to pray for me. Like, go back and listen to my testimony if you want to. And he was the first one to pray for me. First person I met at New Creation Church in 2011, and my whole life got changed. And he was there. He was that crazy accent boy, that 330, talks like this, looking for his Oreos. Have you seen my Oreos? Have you seen my Oreos? That's a funny story, maybe for another time, or for right now. But this dude, we were working last week, and this dude, he bought a thing of mint Oreos, summertime. Those mint Oreos are to die for, in a big family pack. So I said, go get him at lunch. So he went and got him. He brought him back, and I was painting upstairs. He was downstairs in this house. Dude, did you bring the Oreos? I couldn't hear that he was saying no. I was like, you had one job to bring the Oreos over lunch. You didn't bring them. Then finally, it turns out I went to the stairs. Did you bring them? He said, yeah, I brought them. I said, okay, where are they? Go get them. So he went out to his car and he got them and brought them in. But the thing is, he didn't bring them in because he couldn't find them. And he came in, and I'm just smiling there like, you forgot the Oreos. Like, why would you tell me you have them when you don't have them? He's laughing at me going, you took my Oreos. You took my Oreos. Where'd you put my Oreos? I was like, bro, I don't have your Oreos. Where'd you hide my Oreos? You took my Oreos? You took my Oreos? Like, if I had your Oreos, I would be eating your Oreos. And he's looking around the house. You took my Oreos. You hid my Oreos, accusing me. I was like, okay, fine. I'll go look for him. I'll go find him, I bet. I went outside, first time, went to his car. First place I looked at the back in the trunk, there they were. So I grabbed them. I was like, this dude is a loco. Taco loco. And I go bring him inside, and I'm like, bro, I got your Oreos. He's like, you hid my Oreos. You went out there beforehand. You hid them in the bush, and now you're bringing them in. You took my Oreos. I was like, no, I did not take your Oreos. I promise you, you would have heard me go outside. I didn't take your Oreos. Anyways, he was falsely accusing me all day of taking his Oreos, which I did not do. And then the jury came in at the end of the day, and we realized he was wrong, and I didn't touch his Oreos. He just couldn't find them when he went to go look for his car, and they stood in the back. And so, yeah, when I think of that story, because kind of sounded like a crazy boy. He took my Oreos. So that's Lukey for you. And so, yeah, he's a person I've always looked up to, amazing brother. And there's just so many. There's so many. AP, first person to open the Bible to me intentionally and read me and walk me through Scripture and be like, this is Jesus, and this is what Jesus says. First person in my life to do that. Be like, this is what this means. This is what God says. It's 18 years old at MSU. And so where the Vikes actually used to do their training camp. Let's go. They stopped doing that, but which is fine. They're at a way better place now in Eagan. But yeah, and so the friendships and like how many countless ones in Kansas City, I couldn't even name them all if I wanted to. Matthew Peruch, Eric Weiss, Nate Alonji, my old roomies, Georgie, Naders, Joshy Poos. There's so many that I just, Bond, Haberts. I could just go on and on. I mean, all the Luke 18 people, Ty, Carol, SD, Ryan. It's not even fair. I'm spoiled, and but it came at a cost, and it didn't come easy. I didn't know any of them, and it was very hard. It was very hard. I struggled, and I wanted friends. I wanted community. I didn't have any. So I had a lot of lonely nights, a lot of lonely times, and so just want to encourage you, if you don't have friends and you have that longing, you have that desire to want to have some deep friendships, deep people, have some good connections, keep going. And God sees that longing in your heart, and it will be filled. He will fill that longing with good friends, lifelong friends, people that you didn't even know existed that are way better than you. I mean that in a nice way. I mean that towards myself, because they're way better than me. People I don't deserve. People that are smarter, kinder, stronger, just amazing, amazing people. The nicest people I've ever met in my life. Most on fire people I've ever met in my life. Going after the same thing, running after God with their whole heart. Wanting one thing, His return. And running with people like that and having fun with them, going to get ice cream at midnight, or jumping in a pool that we shouldn't be jumping. Just stupid stuff, but having that same desire, saying, God, we want you. And that is invaluable. That's more precious than all the rubies, silver, gold. I wouldn't trade it. So, to encourage you that they will come. Ask God. Ask God for friends. And then, those couple things. Ask Him. Pray, and ask Him specifically for a few friends. A couple friends that you could go deep with, that you could run with. And then more and more will come. But ask for that one or two that you can really go deep with, and then many more will come. And then put yourself out there. I had to do that. I had to get out of my comfort zone. I had to say things I didn't want to say, do things I didn't want to do. I had to put myself out there and be open, which took me a while. But you have to kind of get out of your comfort zone and be available. And you will make friends if you are friendly. It's another thing. And there's the third thing. Be friendly. If you want friends, be friendly to people. Friends love friendliness. And so I wish I can be more friendly. I want more friends now. I feel even in Minnesota, I don't have nearly as many as I had in Kansas City. It's harder for me. It's harder for my family. I know that. Hopefully it'll be better when we move to North Mankato. We'll be closer to a lot more people, but we feel that even now that we want more. Because I think I had so many close friends, so many people. There's always people everywhere in Kansas City, and so I can be more friendly and be more of a person that people want to hang out with. And so hodgepodge night. Those are some things for friends. Revelation 5 has still been, I mentioned that a while ago, but that's still been on me. And it's just Revelation chapter 5 is unparalleled in the Bible. I mean that. The scroll is given to the Father. No one is found worthy. Oh, wait, there's a lamb who was slain. The root of David, the Lion of the tribe of Judah. Jesus is a man, seed of a woman, came and took that scroll and is worthy. And then the 24 elders and the 4 living creatures, having harps and bowls, sang a new song. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain, and has redeemed us to God by His own blood. And has redeemed us to God by His own blood. His blood. His blood. Real blood. That speaks a better word than Abel's blood. That has redemption in it. that out of every tribe, tongue, nation, and people, and has made us kings and priests, restored the priestly order, restored the kingship, and has made us kings and priests. What was given to us in the garden was reclaimed as our identity and purpose, that we should be priests. Royal priests are ones who worship God in spirit and in truth, who stand and worship Him and tend and keep the garden, which are worshiping terms, praying terms, having intimate fellowship with Him, and having a priestly ministry means to be ones who stand in His temple, like Solomon's temple, or in the tabernacle, like the tabernacle of David or Moses, or in the house of prayer, the second temple, like in Haggai or Zechariah's day, or in the New Testament, to stand in His presence and cultivate His presence in worship and prayer. That's the priestly order. And that is what Revelation 5 says. From His worthiness, by His blood, we have been made priests to usher in His presence in this place, in our lives, and in one day in Jerusalem and in the whole earth. That is the story. And it culminates in Revelation 21 and 22, really. But part of it is culminated in Revelation 5, where that scene happens. And we get a glimpse into that ahead of time. And we get to stand in awe and say, Jesus, you are worthy. We agree with that, with what John said, with what the angels, elders, and four living creatures say. But what John saw and witnessed, we agree with that. Because we've experienced it, and that's what we're made to do. When you touch that and experience that and see that, you realize, this is what I'm made to do. That's what I'm made for. Have you ever wondered that? Have you ever asked yourself, what am I made to do? What am I here for? You're made to be a priest. You're made to worship and usher in His presence and walk with Him in the cool of the day and have intimate fellowship with the beautiful God. That's what you're made for. To see His worthiness, to experience His blood washing over you that makes you white as snow, and to give Him your worship is to receive His love. I don't always mean to get all preachy and deep or whatever, but I can't help it. So I started the video in the first place, to share who I am, what I do, and the little I know. That's the little I know, and that's what I do. I can't help it. I don't mean to get all preachy, and some of these times I just got to do smaller stuff, I feel like. So anyways, if you stuck through this whole video, wow. Can't believe it. I hope you get some sort of benefit for that, and I hope you get some sort of reward of some kind. All right. Take care. Let's go. Till next time.